Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to basically the weekend, Friday, and we are back with another stream. And actually, this is the final race in this 2026 season with Maserati. So we're in season 2 of this Maserati F1 Manager series. And as I say, this is the final race of the season. Unfortunately, there's not too much to play for because Lando Norris beat Oscar Piastri in the last race, and by doing so, he claimed the Drivers' Championship. So we were hoping that was going to come down to this final race of the season. Not going to be the case, but it is, yeah, I think the only thing to play for is P4 between Max and Leclerc. So not too much going on, but we're going to try our very best to see if we can come away with a podium and finish this one strong. Thanks for being alive. I'm going to show my dad this so I can get F1 Manager. Get it done, Dylan. Get it done. But yeah, hope you're all doing well. Ready for the weekend. And unfortunately, no actual F1 action for a while. But as I say, we'll continue this Maserati series. And today, we will be heading to Sao Paulo, Brazil to finish off this 2026 season. And we're starting in 6th with Kimi Antonelli, 8th with Franco Colapinto. So outside chance for a podium. I'm going to go the same way on strategy for now, which is a soft, medium to soft. Although we do have the ability to mix that up and maybe put a hard tyre on and go for a 2-stopper. Don't know if we've got 2 mediums, actually, have we? No. Have we got 2 sets of softs? We have. So that's what we're doing, a soft, medium, soft. So yeah, we're starting on... Yeah, we're starting on the soft. So I think the other one I looked at was a hard... So actually we'd have to stick this on the soft again. And then we could go hard. And then we could go medium at the end. So something like that. Which is showing the same pace actually. So to be honest, let's mix it up. Let's go for a 2-stopper, shall we, on Franco, just so both drivers aren't on the exact same strategy. But let us finish strong on the softs, maybe. Actually, I'll tell you what we'll do. We go that. And then mediums. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that, chat. Femora, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. So we've mixed that up then. It's still it is still a 2-stopper, sorry. So I was getting confused with the 1-stopper. It is still a 2-stopper, but we're going to mix the compounds out a bit. So Antonelli's going to go soft, medium, softs. I do like this way round Brazil. It's worked for me before, so that's why I've gone with that. But Franco Colapinto can attack a little bit harder on that first stint because he's working with the hards. Hard tyres can be a little bit hit and miss though. But just for the sake of being the final race, let's mix it up a bit and go with a split strategy then as we get this full race in Brazil underway.
The anticipation is really building here. The fans in attendance are absolutely buzzing. And now,
here we go then. Lando Norris has won this championship. McLaren has won the Constructors. The only fight really is for about P4. And I think that's between Leclerc and Verstappen. We'll have a look at that shortly. But Norris gets us underway. It is the 2 McLarens on the front row as always as they dominate here in 2026 as they are in 2025. But Kimi Antonelli starts P6. Colapinto started P7, P8, briefly got into P7 there, but back down to P8. And all settling down a bit. Let's have a look at tyres. So, Alonso alongside Colapinto, actually on the hards as well. 5 of the top 6 on softs, Norris on the mediums. Dylan, thanks for the likes, much appreciated, buddy. I hope you're all doing well. If you're jumping in, as I say, if you haven't already, do smash that like button. It does help me out and is super appreciated. And Colapinto squeezing back past Fernando then.
See what happened there. Now this happens down at turn 8. There's the opening.
Nice move from Franco on the inside there. And what I want to do with both of these is go quite aggressive on the defense.
Mode defend, mode defend.
Aston, thanks for the follow. Hope you're well.
Keep focus on our race.
Antonelli alongside K-Mag here. K-Mag running high in the top 5 in an RB.
at the moment.
Oh, that's a lockup. Was that K-Mag? It was. K-Mag is not running high in the top 5 anymore. K-Mag, and he holds the pack up. That was quite nice of Hulkenberg to let him out. But yeah, Magnussen locks up.
And if we watch Magnussen, nothing wrong so far.
So we were fighting K-Mag, and then he's just given us that position.
By that point, it was just...
A game name is F1 Manager 24. Tornado Twister, thanks for the follow. Hope you're well, buddy. Austin, hello. Right, Colapinto, yeah, he can be aggressive on these tyres. So now we find our two drivers on the same piece of a racetrack, but Antonelli will stop at lap 19. Colapinto is going to go to lap 25, so they will be extended beyond that. Just seeing if Antonelli can get to Max Verstappen's DRS, but it's not looking likely at the moment.
Try to pull it down a bit more on your tires.
So we're just going to settle into our strategy. We've got another yellow flag. Looks to be Carlos Sainz having an adventure. And there we go. Carlos Sainz goes right to the back of the grid.
Follow the action going into turn 12. Very heavy on the brakes. They took a gamble, and it was
Carlos
just
then
too
locking
late.
up. Always remember Kimi. I'm sure that's where Kimi Räikkönen went off and had a bit of an adventure. Antonelli has got a little bit of tyre life, so we can try attack.
Focus on your face, and it will get them.
He's now going to drag Colapinto. I'm going to ask him not to fight his teammate. Just for now, just see if Antonelli can use this pace in the car. Arturo, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Yeah, it's 4 seconds, though, to the top 4. They have absolutely bolted, but they have used a lot more tyre life than us, so let's see if we can close back up. I'm just wondering if Colapinto sits in Antonelli's DRS here. Whether... And we've got to be a bit mindful that we don't lose the DRS here. Because we're going to get... Oh, I think we might lose the DRS, which is not what we want with Franco there. Yeah, that's going to put Franco under a lot of pressure because he's just lost the DRS to his teammate. And he's going to have Fernando Alonso all over the back of him here. Fernando on the outside. He'll get the inside here. We do get another DRS though here. We're trying to battle this. Both get DRS in actual fact because we've closed back in on our teammate. Can we be bold on the inside here on Fernando? Yes, we can. And that is key to retaining that position. And we've caught back up with Antonelli. I don't think Antonelli's quite got the pace to get to Leclerc, so I think we're just going to have to settle into this.
Try to go down as much as possible.
Right, and then we can top up a bit. Yeah, we've got to keep the DRS on our teammates. So it might be that we're fighting for P5 here today. Say on a normal day, we haven't really got the pace. Certainly those McLarens and normally Max. Sometimes we can fight with the Ferraris. Ree, thanks for the follow. Santi, thanks for the follow. Got the 2,000 likes. Thank you very much. Thanks for liking the stream if you have done so already. And of course, if you haven't, please do smash that like button. So yeah, our race probably is now behind us with Alonso. Hey, Mac, down to 48% with that lockup. That's absolutely shocking. Just going to allow Alonso through on the inside here. Oh, and we're pushed out wide. Fernando forcing his way through. It's fine. I'm just trying to play the bit of the long game with Colapinto. As I say, it doesn't look like we've got the pace to catch the top 4. So if I can extend Colapinto by a bit, then we'll go with that. K-Mag's still there, but 45% tyre life. Hamilton could come into this later on, but he's not made too much headway yet. Piano and Lexi, thanks for the follows. Super appreciated. Right, Alonso then has got a good opportunity of making the move on Kimi Antonelli here. And as I say, get two DRS zones here.
Copy that.
But if Alonso makes the move on this first one, it does mean we'll get DRS, and we will get DRS here. Are we going to be close enough, though? Because Alonso looks like he's absolutely flying away there.
Yeah, copy. It's just a lot of confidence.
Yeah, we do retain the DRS, but we're not that close to Fernando. Ali, thanks for the follow. Is this live? This is not actual F1. It's F1 Manager 24, but in that case, it is live right now. So IME, thanks for the follow. Yeah, so our race today is going to be for P5. We've not got the pace on the top four. Can we keep with Fernando Alonso here today? That will be the aim now. Adrian, thanks for the follow. So Norris leads. So look at the top four. This is the DRS problem here. They are very bunched up. And Pickle, thanks for the follow.
Tires update.
So yeah, we just got to try and stay in this DRS of Fernando Alonso, as we're doing currently. And K-Mag, with that early lockup, has to pit. On lap, well, he didn't even make lap 7. The leaders have started lap 7. K-Mag's having to come in then. We're just going to have a look here. If Kimi Antonelli can reclaim P5 on Fernando Alonso, he's got a good chance. Got DRS. And he's on the inside. And Kimi Antonelli moves back into P5. Liam Lawson getting involved in this battle now. He's on the medium tyre. So yeah, we're very much going to be fighting for these guys today. Karen, thanks for the follow. Thanks for the rose. Super appreciated. Hope you're well. Yeah, K-Mag stops and he comes out. I thought I saw some blue there. I thought he was on wet tyres randomly there, which would have been absolute classic. He's gone on to hards, but he's 13 seconds behind the pack, so it's a long way back from there. Well, how was Sainz tyres after his lockup as well? Oh, yeah, they're down 66. Not great because he's on the hards. Tyre deg is quite high on this track, so a lockup really does cost you. And that's been the case with K-Mag. Right, Fernando Alonso then, he will now have the chance with the DRS on Kimi Antonelli. Due to stop lap 19 with Kimi. Might have the tyre life at the end of the spell as Fernando is trying to make that move on the inside. We're going to try hang it in on the outside. Will give us the inside to the right-handers up the hill. And these four have pulled 4 seconds on Hamilton. Lawson looks like he's got a move done on Colapinto. You don't expect an overtake there. Colapinto caught napping, and Liam Lawson is through. Alana Quill, El Danes, local, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Right, Colapinto, he has got pace, so we're just reserving a bit of pace in Franco's car. So when all of these box, we should be able to extend and use our pace. But he has just lost out on the DRS there, so we are just going to get him to attack, bring back, get back into that DRS as Fernando. It's that move done again, but as I say, we'll get the DRS on the second helping here.
Okay, do your master.
So we get straight back into the slipstream. DRS now. Pull out nice and early. And Kimi Antonelli reclaims P5, so this is our fight today because we're now at 8 seconds off the top 4. So unless we get a safety car drama, which can happen around here, or we get something like that, Verstappen has developed a mechanical fault.
Yeah, what the f*** is that? No power out of the last 2 corners.
So power issues for Max Verstappen, which could be good for us because if they get worse, it might bring Max Verstappen closer to us. Colapinto has lost 2 seconds currently to the fight between Antonelli, Alonso and Lawson. So we've got to push back into that if we can. Tyre life is good though. Tyre life is very good. Ricardo, thanks for the follow. Super appreciate. Hope you're well. And if you're jumping in stream, like what you see, please do follow or subscribe. And if you haven't already, do smash that like button. Really helps the channel out. Super appreciated. This is like deja vu every lap so far. Here comes the old rookie, Fernando Alonso, reclaiming P5. But Antonelli quite happy for that to happen because he's been getting him back on this second DRS.
Yeah, keep doing your best.
And this is going to be a carbon copy of before. We're not really looking to make the move there, though. That was a bit... yeah. Bit negative there. As Lawson very much on our tail. And Hamilton has actually got past Colapinto, so Colapinto's pace is dropping off a bit here, which is a little bit worrying. You're back onto the nose off TV, they'll give you a job. Well done, thank you. Not sure about that, but appreciate the support, thank you. Yeah, Colapinto's pace, a little bit worrying then. He's not only dropped off Alonso, Antonelli, Lawson, he's now got Hamilton who's taken it. But Hamilton actually is only 1.7 off this battle. So, yeah, this is going to get very close between quite a few drivers here. Jake, we're on 2026 Season 2. Because we used the mod to skip forward to 2025. So this is the end, the final race of 2026. And Antonelli having another look. Is he going to make the move? Colapinto's got Lewis Hamilton back.
In front now you have Alonso.
And here we go. Antonelli trying to reclaim B5. And he's going to do just that. And as we said, Franco Colapinto has got Lewis Hamilton back.
The opportunity's there.
But is Lewis now going to return the favour? Because as I say, you do get this now second DRS zone. No, he does keep him behind. What I did want to show, actually, this is the final race of the season. So, as I say, there's not too many fights. The only fight we've got is between Max Verstappen and Leclerc. And if Verstappen stays ahead of Leclerc, he will pip him to P4 today. Constructors, again, there's nothing really going on unless some of these lower teams can score and jump up to P8. So, yeah, not too many fights, unfortunately, on this final race of the season, but still going to try our best here in the Maserati to see what we can do. All right, the problem here that you can see with Colapinto, he's trying to get back up to Lawson, but he's now got Hamilton, Ricciardo, Mick Schumacher, Stroll and Albon all in a DRS train. So it's really from Antonelli down to Albon. There's about 3-4 seconds, and there you see it. So it's very tight. From 6th to 13th, it's very tight. So got to be aware of that.
Your race now.
Here we go, back onto the gearbox of Fernando. These two just swapping positions all race so far. We are going to get the undercut on Fernando. That should help us as we send him out wide, but he doesn't lose too much time there, Fernando. Jay, love seeing F1 Manager, still getting love, great commentary. Yeah, I do love a bit of F1 Manager. Thanks for the comments, buddy. And thanks for the follow, Jake, as well. Manu, thanks for the follow. Alexis, thanks for the follow. Hope you're all doing well. How's Antonelli's tyre life now getting on? It's, yeah, coming back to where we need it. Lap 19, Antonelli is due to stop. As Hamilton's back past Colapinto. Colapinto due to stop lap 25. He's got a good time margin on all of these round here. So I think Colapinto's going to be quicker towards the end of this race. He might lose quite a few positions in the first round of pit stops, Franco. But you can overtake round here. It's just not too great if you find yourself in a DRS train. Alonso thinks better of taking Kimi Antonelli into T1, and he's going to have a go on the second DRS instead. Lawson staying with this battle as well. Don't think Alonso's going to make the move there. What about Colapinto on Hamilton? No, he doesn't go for it either. So what's the tyre life around us? Leclerc is actually... Verstappen's tyres are low as well, and Leclerc. So all those leaders have set the pace. They will have to stop a lot earlier. And Alonso squeezing Kimi Antonelli then. These two now side by side.
Do your best.
And Alonso is back through, but that will just continue. But yeah, the leaders have pulled away. But as I say, Verstappen and Leclerc in particular, their tyre life's quite low. Lawson around us, not great tyre life on the mediums either. So yeah, Antonelli's still got a chance of a top 5. And who knows, Max has got a mechanical issue. Yob and Luba, thanks for the follow. Finley, hello buddy, how's it going? Kia, thanks for the follow. Which race is this? This is F1 Manager, so it's not actual F1. It's F1 Manager, and it's Sao Paulo, Brazil. And Russell does not exist in this universe. He won last year's Drivers' Championship, and Mercedes rewarded him by not renewing his contract. So George is the current world champion and doesn't have a drive. Although saying that, Lando Norris has just won the championship, and this being the final race. So Lando Norris is now the 2026 world champion. As Colapinto's got DRS, Antonelli further up has got DRS on Alonso, and he's back through to P5. Colapinto doesn't make the move on Lewis Hamilton.
Tires on target.
Famo, thanks for the follow. Where are they? Yeah, covered that one. Good stuff, Finley. Good stuff. Yes, I'm very well, thank you. Especially being Friday, weekends here. So this is fake. It's not fake as in it's not pretending to be Formula 1. It is just a game, F1 Manager. And it's not a real race. Right, so Colapinto.
Right, you can take a look now.
Through on Hamilton.
Turn 9. It's there for the taking.
Into P8, Antonelli continues this battle with Alonso, but Verstappen, who's, oh my god, look at this up front. Two McLarens and Verstappen, but Verstappen will have to box very soon. We've got Alonso
in your DRS.
Who's going to get the DRS here? We should do. So Verstappen is 10 seconds... Yeah, about 10 seconds up the road. What's the pit loss here? Pit loss is 23 seconds. So Verstappen, when he now boxes, he's going to come out somewhere 14th or 15th max. So that's quite a long way back. As Antonelli continues to have his fight with Fernando Alonso. Yeah, so Max is going to come out quite a way down here.
Good job, Leclerc, 4th second.
And Max has got an engine issue as well. So Max struggling with an engine issue. So who knows? We might be able to take the fight to Max later on in this race. Blaze, hello. Sorry, missed your comment there over on YouTube. Hope you're well. So is Max coming in now? No, he's going to stay out, but he's already losing pace. Now those tyres have gone. Look, he's 1.8. He's out of the DRS, and he's going to go backwards. So Max pushed up ahead of Leclerc, but Leclerc will probably get closer to him now. But here comes young Fernando Alonso again as we continue this fight, and Colapinto and Hamilton continue to swap positions as well. Oh, Antonelli not having it this time though. He's straight back through. Who gets the DRS here? I didn't quite see. We do, so that should be enough to pull up the road and claim the position or retain the position. Charles Leclerc, we just saw, he's only 3.6 seconds up the road. And Antonelli due to pit lap 19. RL Street fake race, bros, not fooling on. It's not pretending to be Formula 1, buddy. It says in the description what it is. And you're watching a Maserati, so if you watch F1, you would know straight away that it's nothing to do with actual Formula 1. But thanks for the comment, all the same, buddy. So, Antonelli due to pit in about 3 laps' time. As Ocon's into the pits as well. Did Max stop? Yes, Max is in now. So it's going to be interesting to see where Max comes out here. Leclerc pits as well. So they've both come in the same lap there. As Alonso continue this battle with Kimi Antonelli. Lawson down to 47%. Alonso 49%. So he's pushed his hards quite hard. Unintended.
No problem, no problem.
Here we go. This is where we said about Verstappen coming out. Hulkenberg should get past him here. I think Gasly's too far back because he'll be getting up to speed now.
Doing a good job there.
Yeah, so Max comes out in 14th, but that's quite far back. He's going to hope. He's going to have to hope. As Ricciardo has obviously swung past Colapinto here. Colapinto's lost 2 positions. What has happened there?
Right, we're down at turn 5. The opportunity.
Oh, he's going to be pushed wide by Lewis, I think. Yeah. And that's going to allow Danny Rick through as well. So yeah, we need some of these to pit now because they're sort of getting in the way. Behrman's in. We're seeing quite a few pit stops now. Antonelli, 46% tyres on the softs. Lennon, hello, buddy. Yes, I'm very well. How are you? Parker, these are good videos. Will there be a season 3? There will indeed be a season 3. Season 3 we will definitely be doing. And then we'll decide whether to do a 4th season. Always good, mate. Good to hear. Good to hear. And this continues then with Fernando Alonso and Antonelli. Haven't really got the battery to try and pull away at the moment. We have got a bit of tyre life we could push on. Albon and Hulkenberg into the pits.
Keep focus on our race.
Alright, let's attack on these tyres because we can come in.
Try to push as much as possible now.
So Lawson down to 45%, Hamilton 40%. Yeah, Colapinto can go longer.
So in front of you we have Norris.
And he's going to need to because this is kind of killing his race now. He's about 5 seconds off his teammate now.
No lift off.
Alice, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Hope you're well. And if you're jumping in the stream, if you haven't already, do me a massive favour and smash that like button. Hope you're all doing well. Start of the weekend. And Lewis John, thanks for the follow. Piastri, race leader, is pitting then. Verstappen, yeah, he's got nice clean airs there. So Verstappen might actually get an undercut in the leaders and lead this race. Burton, use battery for Colapinto. Yeah, I just want to save it for when these guys pit. So I'm trying to save the pace. All right, let's get Antonelli in. I'm just trying to save the pace because even if I use the battery to get past these, the DRS here, it'll be hard to push the gap. So we'll just end up in the same scenario. So I'm hoping Lewis and Ricciardo, as we say that, Franco Colapinto on the inside of Hamilton. As I think it's Piastri now coming out of the pits. He's going to be behind all this traffic as Oscar. That's not great for him. But he will reclaim the lead, net lead, because Max Verstappen as Franco Colapinto with Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton pushed him out earlier, lost that position to Ricciardo. They're still side by side here. Yeah, Hamilton and Ricciardo will have to pit in the next couple of laps. This fight is still going. Surely, Lewis. We've been side by side with Lewis this whole lap. Can we do a whole lap side by side with Hamilton? No, I think that's stopped now. Hamilton, we have to concede. Got a yellow flag as well. Antonelli then is coming in for his stop. It was Pierre Gasly with a lockup.
Right, let's have a look here as we go.
Tom, thanks for the follow. El Tito, thanks for the follow. Where are they? This is F1 Manager in Brazil. As we see Gasly's lockup.
Do much about it.
Had Gasly stopped, he's down to 17%. He's going to be stopping at the end of this lap, that's for sure. Right, here we go then. Antonelli, first stop of the day. 2 stopper we're on today. Let's hope for a nice clean stop. Oh, that is a very nearly under 2 seconds. We've not had a pit stop under 2 seconds yet in this series, and that was nearly there. Great stop from the pit crew. Where are we coming out here? There's Sainz. Sainz will be getting up to speed here, so he might get past us. What is Sainz tyres? 31%. So yeah, we ideally want to just stay out in front of him if we can, and we should just about do that. So that's nice. Clean air. Piastri getting past Colapinto, but Piastri is the race leader. And
Sainz behind now.
Yeah, he's stuck in all this traffic, but he did clear Verstappen. Reaper, thanks for the gift, much appreciated. Manu, hey, I'm new to F1 Manager. Any tips?
We need to still lift off.
I think the main one is just work on, if you're designing the car, work on the cornering, high speed, low speed and medium speed. They're pretty OP in the game. And in terms of research, only research parts that are impacted by next year's designs, but next year's technical changes, I should say. But if you click my profile, if you go to my profile there on TikTok and go to the bio, you'll find my YouTube channel. In there is an F1 Manager tips playlist. One of them is based on designs and another one on how to nail setup. So go and check those out as well. All right, Antonelli. So, did Alonso pit? No, he's not pit yet, so that's fine. Mick Schumacher and Sainz in.
Yeah.
Still got this battle going on with Ricciardo. Yellow flag. It's Colapinto's past Ricciardo. We've got a yellow flag here again. Someone's had a spin.
And here we've got a yellow flag.
Ollie Behrman. Oh, no contact there. Fighting the kicks Alba, but he's just lost it. Darry, thanks for the gift. Emmy, thanks for the follow. No, it's just a game. Manu, I will. Good stuff, buddy. Good stuff. Right, yeah, so is Hamilton coming into the pits? He's down to 27% tyres. Surely Lewis is going to box. He does. All right, Colapinto wanted to get to lap 25. He should be able to get there. Lawson's still going, 36% tyre life. And Antonelli's got nice clean air here. So, yeah, we'll see how we land once everyone's made their first stop. Thomas, how's your day been? Yes, very good, buddy. How are you? Sophia, thanks for the follow. Dr. Simo, thanks for the follow. I've butchered it, but thanks. Noodle, thanks for the gift. Super appreciated. And Colapinto, wow, around the outside of Lawson. We quickly gained back on Lawson, and we're flying past him as we're using the pace now of Franco Colapinto. He's going to lose a few places here, Colapinto, in the first round of pit stops, but he should be pacey later on in this race. Alonso is still going as well. He is trying to make those hard tyres last now. Bayer, thanks for the follow. Good stuff, Thomas. Good stuff. Just trying to push out the DRS of Lawson. Is Lawson going to pit? No, he's not. We're actually challenging Oscar Piastri here. We're not really in a fight with Oscar today, but we have been using quite a bit of battery there. And Oscar really doesn't want this going on. But he should get back past us on this next DRS. Colapinto due to stop lap 25. We might extend by a couple of laps though. Game is F1 Manager 24. Alright, if you are jumping in for the first time, we do watch most of the track action. If you've not played the game before, you can forward the action, as you see there. We don't tend to do that unless we've not got any battles. And at the moment, we haven't. So we're just going to forward on until we get back fighting. We have some track action. Alonso finally pit and Lawson. Right, we do want to jump on board with that as Hamilton's developed a mechanical fault as well. So Alonso was fighting Antonelli. He has got a better tyre delta now because Antonelli's used 11% of those tyres. But he's very much cleared Alonso. We're fighting Alonso for the first, 18 laps of this race. And Antonelli's going to have quite a nice gap on him. And if these cars here, Albon... Has Albon stopped here? Yes, these have stopped. They've made a massive undercut on Alonso, and that's not going to work for Fernando. And that's even better for Kimi Antonelli. Antonelli came out in nice clean air, and Alonso's going to get stuck behind this, as is Lawson, as is Hamilton. So this is working quite well, actually. Colapinto, as I say, may as well go for another lap or so because he's going to get stuck in that traffic anyway. But we may as well just keep going for now, Franco. Pete, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Hope you're doing well. If you're jumping in, you haven't already, do smash that like button. Of course, if you're not already, please do follow or subscribe. As Max Verstappen, again, this isn't a car that Franco Colapinto is fighting today, although he is fighting him right now. Max's issue, his engine issue, is getting worse. But he should still be past Franco Colapinto. Kazi, thanks for the follow. And yeah, if you're watching on TikTok or Twitch, then do head to my profile in the bio, click the YouTube link and subscribe over there, and you can see all of our F1 Manager content. So our other series, but also this whole Maserati series. So not just the live streams, we also have 2 episodes a week, so you can watch it all the way from the beginning and stay up to date. And of course, if you're watching on YouTube for the first time today, do subscribe and head over to the playlists. Right, same again then, we're just going to forward on until we're going to box Franco Colapinto. But yeah, so many different strategies here today in terms of pit stop times. It's all over the place, isn't it? How the timings of the stops. Colapinto is actually staying with Verstappen, which is giving him some DRS. So I think he's now about to lose that, though. I'm going to get Colapinto in next lap. What would you do to go on softs? So he's going to go a couple of laps longer than he was going to originally. I'm quite happy with that. Diane Darino, thanks for the follows. Much appreciated.
Copy.
Right, here we go then. Franco Colapinto is coming in for the first stop of the day. As Lando Norris stops in the other McLaren. Here we go then. We nearly got under 2 seconds of that first stop. We've never had a sub 2 second pit stop. Can the pit crew deliver now? I've probably absolutely cursed it, and this is going to be a horrendous stop now. Let's wait and see though. And I think Franco's going to come out in a lot of traffic here, but let's wait and see. No, 2 seconds again. We're getting close. We're getting close. Here we are, though. We're not going to avoid this traffic. Oh, yeah, this is pain, isn't it? What about Lawson? We were fighting Lawson, weren't we, earlier on? I think Lawson's just about going to clear us as well. No, he might have to just sit in behind us. Right, we're going to get these tyres up to temp. Right, so what does that mean? Colapinto, back in P12, he was fighting with Hamilton and Lawson, and he's with them again, but now he's got a significant tyre advantage. So let's use that. And the 3 cars ahead of him now, Alonso, Mick Schumacher, Hamilton, all got issues. We're going to go aggressive on the overtaking now of Colapinto. Has everyone made a stop? They have, right. So this is legitimately where we're at now. And Oscar Piastri leads, Verstappen second, Norris third, Leclerc is fourth, but Norris has hard tyres and a good advantage, so it's going to be interesting to see how this all pans out. Antonelli, after that first round of pit stops, is now easily in P5 by 10 seconds to Stroll, and he's only a second off Charles Leclerc here. So if Verstappen's problem gets worse and we can fight Leclerc, we've got an outside chance of a podium here today. Spangdan Joseph, Cesaris Marlon, thanks for the follows. I'm sorry if I'm butchering all those, much appreciated. So yeah, lap 29, plenty going on here, but as I say, we're now going to get in this traffic. And what can we do with this traffic? Can we try and navigate it all? This is basically now Stroll down to Lawson here. All right. Colapinto is going to try and make the move on Lewis Hamilton, though, as Teo Porcher is running wide, and Colapinto, it's picked off Lewis quite easily there. Problem is, we've not got too much battery here. Much better tyres than those ahead of us, though, so this is where we are unfortunately, going to have to make the overtakes work. And that's the problem when everyone's got DRS. We're in a DRS train. We're going to have to be bold with the moves that we make here. Can we use a bit of battery out of here? Mick Schumacher looked a bit compromised on exit there. Again, he's going to pick up DRS. Colapinto's got to be aggressive. He's going to the inside early. He's getting a little bit of a slipstream. Can he send it? Yes, he can. And he is through, and he's got Mick Schumacher. So he's now picked off Hamilton and Mick Schumacher. There's just 4 more to go in the shape of Alonso, Magnussen, Albon and Stroll. But this is good work from Franco Colapinto. Stephen Young, thanks for the follow. Super appreciated. Antonelli's dropped off a little bit of Leclerc, but we'll jump back on board with that one later. He's comfortable to this group of cars, is Antonelli. So let's see what Franco can do. Back into the top 10 now. So Raz, thanks for the gifts, much appreciated. Sorry if I'm butchering the name. Is Colapinto going to go for it? No, he's not. So we got 1 RB on the previous lap. Can we do anything about this one? Look to be a little bit too far back this time around, I'd suggest. Yeah, nothing doing there. What's our tyre? Tyre life is still pretty good. When are we due to stop now? Lap 42 with Franco and lap 41 with Antonelli. So about 10 laps. 10 laps on this stint now.
Copy.
Lola Spider Sylvia, thanks for the follows, much appreciated. Kyra and Evie, thanks for the follows. Hope you're all doing well. Yeah, biggest problem really for us here is the battery is not too great. So if we had battery, we could probably fly through these. But we're getting a good exit here on K-Mag. And there we go. We are going to get past K-Mag there. Really good exit. And he's now on the Aston Martin. Can we go the long way around here and get 2 in the space of 2 corners? Fernando Alonso is next up and we're through. Colapinto absolutely flying, but Alonso's going to fight it back. And we've got Stroll ahead of us, but Fernando looks like he's got the jump back on us. Can we be brave around the outside here? Looks like we are going to get that done. So now it's just 2 cars ahead of us. Colapinto is having a very, very nice middle stint here. The overcut working well for us. And through on Stroll as well. What is Colapinto had for breakfast here? I flicked my eyes to chat, and before I knew it, Colapinto is also past Stroll.
They took turn 8.
Look at this, on the outside. The man is oozing with confidence now. So now it is just Alex Albon to navigate. But the big thing here is, can we break the DRS once we're past him? We've just not got the battery. That's the biggest shame, really. Here we go, though. We're already alongside him. We're past Albon. We have navigated that traffic absolutely brilliantly from Colapinto. I wasn't expecting to necessarily get through it, but get through it that quickly. All right, Albon is going to get DRS, but we just need to try and push away here. Break the DRS now. Just use a bit more battery across these next couple of corners. Break the DRS. And then Colapinto might have a nice rest of the afternoon. But Albon is trying desperately to stay in the DRS. This is critical for us here. We're not going to have much battery once we get to the start-finish straight. That's going to be the only problem. Hamilton's mechanical fault is getting worse. Who is playing? This is F1 Manager, so you manage your 2 drivers in your team. Franco, that is lovely work. I'm absolutely loving that from Franco Colapinto. He's put 2 seconds on Albon. They're all fighting. And Colapinto can now just push away on his stint. And that's beautiful stuff. And as we say that, let's jump on board with young Kimi Antonelli, who can see a Ferrari ahead of him. Verstappen, even with that engine issue, he's staying... yeah, relatively ahead of Norris, isn't he?
No lift off.
But if we can fight Leclerc and Verstappen has to retire later on this race, this would be for a podium. Final race of the season for us in 2026. It'd be nice to finish with a podium. And Antonelli is now in to the DRS of Charles Leclerc. Frosty C, Jackson following on Twitch, much appreciated. Elise, thanks for the follow. So yeah, we've now got into the DRS. What's Leclerc's tyres here? Yeah, so we could just conserve a bit of tyre life for now. I think I'm just going to sit in Charles' DRS for a little while.
Copy.
Although we're so close, he might even go for the move here, Kimi. But I'm happy to sit in the DRS and just charge that battery up to full, get a bit of tyre life, reserve a bit of tyre life. Then when we go for the move, we can hopefully bolt away and break the DRS. There we go. Not going for the move just yet then. Alonso has broken Albon and he's right on the gearbox of Colapinto. So Colapinto having a nice easy rest of the afternoon. Didn't last long as Fernando Alonso has a look.
Do your best, man.
Catch ya, thanks for the follow. I followed on both. I had a free wide early and the car behind locked up and made us all crash it on though. Frosty, not good stuff. Surprisingly, it's been pretty clean here this race today so far. Normally a good chance of some drama in terms of safety cars. So Alonso's issue is getting worse. What's Fernando struggling with here today? Fernando's got a gearbox issue. Verstappen's engine getting a lot worse. Quite a few cars, it's the final race of the season, and quite a few of the cars are falling apart. Quite a few of them got issues, but Fernando Alonso looks like he is going to be able to make the move on us here. What's his tyres? 60% medium, so yeah, I'm hopeful Colapinto can still bring this home in P6 today. Caroline, thanks for the follow. Here comes Fernando then. DRS. Is he going to make the move this time, Fernando? Can't quite. So Colapinto holding him off now. How's Antonelli doing? That battery is absolutely fine, to be fair. Whether we try and make the overtake on Leclerc or we just wait for Leclerc to box. But then, yeah, I think we kind of need to get the move done on Leclerc.
And mode attack. No lift off anymore.
Copy.
So it looks like the rest of the grid are falling away. So Colapinto's probably got a fight on with Fernando Alonso for P6. That's probably going to be the maximum for Colapinto. Antonelli currently looking like the maximum would be P4 unless Verstappen has an engine failure. Lando is 1 point behind Max in World Drivers' Championship, 16 races in. Nice stuff, Frosty Siege. Yeah, in this final race of the season, well, the penultimate race, the race before, it was close between Piastri and Norris, but unfortunately, Norris jumped into the lead on the final race in Canada, and that secured the championship. If not, we would have come into this final race with, I think, 11-point advantage to Norris. So it would have been nice to take it to a final race decider, but not going to be the case. It looks like Alonso's challenge is just dropping off a little bit to Franco. Right, Antonelli. As Schumacher's mechanical fault getting worse. Teo Porcher's into the pit. So first round of the second stop's now starting. F1 Ethan, thanks for the follow. Gamer Noob, thanks for the follow. Now, if you're dropping in, you haven't already, do smash that like button. Really does help me out. Super appreciated.
Is a 1.5 from you.
Yeah, struggling to get back to Leclerc now, so he's just pushing a bit. Well, that's fine.
Don't forget the...
Yeah, Alonso has dropped off momentarily. Anthony Lewis 15th. Yeah, well, that's near enough accurate at the moment. Poor Lewis. Mega Sense, thanks for the follow. Hello, Max Verstappen here. Yeah, thanks, Max. Thanks for dropping in on your busy schedule. Appreciate that. Puma, where are you in the constructors? We're P2. So we weren't expecting P2 this year, but we will finish P2. There we are, Maserati. McLaren, as they are in real life, dominating. But yeah, we're going to finish comfortably ahead of Ferrari in the end. Is it a game? It is indeed a game. Lexian, Max Verstappen, and Dyer, thanks for the follows. Super appreciated. Yeah, Alonso dropping off. So when's our next stop? Lap 40... Did I say 41 earlier? I think I did. Lap 46 for Antonelli. Lap 47 for Colapinto. So let's see if we can get closer to Leclerc. If not, we'll forward on until the next round of pit stops. As Albon, Mick Schumacher into the pits. So we're seeing a few of those second stops now. Max is... Is that a secondary issue for Max now? No, it's just his engine is now dipped below 30%. He's not really struggling with that engine, though, because he did until Lando just got it. Had the fastest lap of the race. But yeah, I think without a mechanical failure or crash in the top three, we've got no chance of a podium. But yeah, Max's issue might get worse as this race goes on. Still 31 laps to go. Yeah, Alonso significantly dropping off, so I don't know if that's his issue really causing problems now. Tyre life is pretty good. So yeah, we're just working up to lap 46 and 47 now, chat. Verstappen, it keeps telling us about his mechanical fault, but it doesn't seem to be impacting him, although he has now dropped 2 seconds off the leaders, so maybe we're now starting to see the first signs. Leclerc is 8.5 behind him, so let's see if that starts to reduce. Perez into the pits. And Antonelli is back with Charles Leclerc here now. Still got 6 laps or so to go, so I don't want to push these tyres too hard. What's this Grand Prix? This is F1 Manager 24, so it's a game. And we're in Brazil. Perez and Lawson into the pits for their second stops of the day. But I think Colapinto will be safely into P6, even if he has to do some overtakes at the end here, because he'll have such a good tyre advantage. Reb, thanks for the follow. Hope you're well. And if you haven't already, like F1 Manager content, do, of course, follow or subscribe on whichever platform you're watching. Please. Oh, hello. Don't do that. Kimi Antonelli.
All the time you have to leave us, Bailey.
You are doing a good job on tires.
Is Kimi Antonelli about to have a go on Charles Leclerc here?
Full overtake.
No, he's not getting out of the gearbox with Charles, so that's quite poor. Deschamps, thanks for the follow on Twitch. Much appreciated. Oh, and there we go. Antonelli is going to squeeze past. Not expecting to see it there. He had an easier chance to overtake, but he's got it done there instead. And Antonelli into P4. Leclerc, though, probably will pit at the end of this lap, and he'll get the undercut on us. Here we go, then. Antonelli didn't go for an easy opportunity. He looks for it here. And, yeah, much better traction. Leclerc's tyres are gone. And we're through. So, I'd imagine Leclerc's going to pit at the end of this lap. As I say, he will get the undercut on us. What tyres will he go on to? I don't think he'll struggle to get softs home from there. So I think Leclerc is going to be on mediums or hards. What's he been on previous to this, Leclerc? Softs and mediums. So yeah, he's either going to go mediums or hards, I'd imagine. As he does indeed come into the pits. Let's see what Charles puts on then. Henny's Garage, thanks for the follow. Super appreciated. Another set of mediums then. We shall confirm, but I think I saw the yellow stripe mediums going on there. Where's he going to come out, though? This could be good. If he comes out in all of this traffic, this could be very good for us indeed. It's going to be ahead of his teammate. Isn't he? Yeah, Lewis Hamilton, a whole pit stop behind Leclerc, so not great there for Lewis. But Leclerc, 2.5, but then he's going to come into contact with this traffic, but they're probably all now going to come into the pits. So we'll see if that impacts him. But yeah, confirmation he is indeed on the mediums. So we're going to be on the softs. He's going to be on the mediums at the end here, but we will have to manage our softs. Oh, we've pushed the battery quite hard there with Antonelli.
lift off.
Saturn, Salville, Lucia, thanks for the follows. Brazil, indeed, we're in Brazil. Alright, so Colapinto. Yeah, lap 47. Antonelli, lap 46. We should get there with Antonelli. We should get to lap 46. K-Mag into the pit, so that frees up Leclerc a little bit, though. But Leclerc is stuck behind Stroll, at least momentarily. He's probably now going to get through on Lance Stroll. If he doesn't through these corners, though, this is going to hold him up. So this could be key. If he doesn't get the undercut on Antonelli here. Yeah, Stroll holding him up then. Leclerc still behind him. And Leclerc's now developing a mechanical fault. And he's finally passed Stroll.
All the time you have to leave a space.
And down in the pits. Oh, that's a slow one.
Guys, he's got a pit stop issue. Going to stop Ante to end this lap. Can I have the thanks for the follow on Twitch? Much appreciated. Verstappen pits. We were getting quite close to Max. Maybe that issue is now really starting to hamper him. He's on the mediums. +1 for Brazil season finale. Indeed, indeed. Right, so it's all going to be about where we come out, Antonelli, compared to Charles Leclerc here. Here we go then. Final stop of the day with Antonelli. There have been very good pit stops. 2-second flat on both stops for Antonelli and Colapinto so far. Fingers crossed for another here. And we'll see where we are compared to Charles Leclerc. I'd imagine we're going to be slightly behind him. 2.1, we'll take that. Here comes Verstappen. Ricciardo's still out on a set of mediums here. Verstappen's getting back past him. So there goes Verstappen, but where is Leclerc? There is Leclerc. He is just going to get past us here. Oh, it's close. It was very close, but Leclerc just gets past us, but he's used 13% of that tyre already. So I think we're going to attack, try and get to his DRS, and then just conserve our tyres here.
Perez behind.
And whether we can both close on Max. We might well be fighting for P3 here with Antonelli, not P3 for Colapinto where he is currently. All right, let's go next lap
as much as possible
with Franco. I just want to get these tyres up to temp, and then we'll basically what we're going to do here is try and sit in the DRS of Charles, manage our tyres, and then go for an attack at the end, really.
You can slow down a bit more.
Let's go for a bit of a top up here. Marie Lamine Yamal. Never going to give you thanks for the follows. Rose, thanks for the follows. Much appreciated. Antonelli is not content of sitting in the DRS of Charles Leclerc. He's trying to go for the move. Charles Leclerc says no thank you. But we're going to have another opportunity on this next DRS.
Behind you have Albon.
And Antonelli on the inside. He gets past, but as I say, I expect Leclerc probably to fight this back.
No problem, no problem. Good job.
Leon, thanks for the follow. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Right, let's just get Colapinto in then. It's going to be his final stop of the day now as well. So we've had a 2-second flat stop, then a 2.1 stop. Come on, let's have our first ever sub 2-second stop for the final race, for the final pit stop of 2026. What can the pit crew deliver? Where is Colapinto going to come out here? Ah, slowest of the day, 2.3. We jinxed it.
You are doing a very good
Rexter
job
Mini, thanks for the follows. All right, Perez. Antonelli past Ricciardo. That's key because Ricciardo still hasn't stopped, has he?
The center S. The gap opens up for them.
Yeah, so that's a key overtake there. Has Leclerc got Ricciardo? Not yet. And where did Colapinto come out? So he's ahead of Liam Lawson. Lawson on 77% hard. So that should work out pretty well now for Colapinto. And I think Colapinto is on for P6 here today. Is anyone not... Ooh, Albon might be going to the end here. Albon and Perez are going to the end, though. Yeah, Albon and Perez are going to the end. So we're going to have to overtake Albon and Perez to claim P6. Ricciardo will pit, so that'll put Colapinto to P8. Then I'll have to get Albon and Perez to claim P6. So he's got a couple of overtakes to do to get this today. Antonelli then. Leclerc is now past Ricciardo, but we're still conserving our tyre life. We're building the battery up. Not really gaining on max, are we? So podium looks unlikely. Ahinara, thanks for the follow. Butchering that, but thank you. Alright, Colapinto tyres up to 10. As Oscar Piastri is into the pits, that his second stop it is. They've got such a significant lead though, that's not even, yeah, worth talking about. Is Norris going to the end? I think Norris is on a one stop. Norris must be on a one stop there. Alright, Colapinto getting close to Alex Albon. The annoyance here is Albon's in the DRS of Perez. We're going to have to try and clear both of these. Tigusta, thanks for the follow. And here is Charles Leclerc then, setting the fastest lap of the race. He's really pushing now. But I'm happy for him to do that. I'm happy for him to wreck his tyres and for us to come back at him later on this race.
Ricciardo behind. Try to slow down a bit more now.
And we're moving back past Leclerc. So that, they're going to continue to fight. Wise Ricciardo is F1 Manager 24, so it's a game that he's been reintroduced into. Mercedes have signed him. Colapinto not quite with these guys yet. Ricciardo should be pitting soon though. Are we getting close to Max Verstappen? I feel we are. 2.8 seconds now is the gap. Leclerc has got another chance to reclaim what will be P4 as Ricciardo finally stops. Yeah, we have got 9% tyre life on Leclerc, but our tyres will degrade a little bit quicker as Ricciardo does finally make that stop. So Colapinto will be up to P8. And Leclerc having a look. Soren, hello, buddy. Who's world champion? This is the last race of 2026, and Lando became world champion in the last race. So Lando is now the world champion. Cassidy, thanks for the follow. Hope you're well. Danny Rick indeed. Good day to you. Renison, thanks for the follow. Right, so we've got about 18 laps to go. Colapinto. Let's move past Albon. He's reached the group. He's reached Albon and Perez. And look at that, it was easy work in the end. So now we've got one. The second one should be pretty easy here. Here we go then. Looking at the gearbox of Sergio Perez, but we're now about to get DRS. This will reclaim P6 then for Franco Colapinto. Can't quite get it done there, but in truth, I'd rather get it on this next DRS zone because then Perez can't fight it back.
Copy.
So we're going to attack here. Use the battery. Use the DRS. And Franco flies past then, back into P6. And that hopefully will be job done on Perez and Albon. How much have your drivers improved using those 2 seasons? Antonelli we've only had for a year, but I think he's improved by a couple, 1 or 2, and same for Colapinto in the last 2 years, 2 or 3. So not massive, and we have got an upgraded race simulator. So yeah, they haven't improved rapidly, but consistently they're improving. Box, no box. Rodrigo, thanks for the follow. Right, has Colapinto broken that DRS to Perez? I think he has. He has indeed, so he should be pretty good now. Aranza, thanks for the follow. Right, Leclerc still hasn't got past us. I would expect him to have come past us. We've got 10% advantage on him. And we are with Verstappen. Verstappen is struggling with that issue. We are now well and truly fighting for a podium here today.
You're doing a good job there.
It's not a penalty for Max. That is a mechanical issue. Max has got an engine issue, so that's why he's suddenly slow. So he's had a mechanical issue through this race, but that engine is getting worse and worse. And Antonelli is gaining all the time, and he's been topping up his battery this whole time. And now,
in front of his Verstappen.
We're going to release him.
Okay, do your best there.
Because Max probably hasn't got too much engine power to fight this back, although he's not too bad down the straights, is he? But we're going to move through Antonelli into the podium places, into P3. Now we're just going to quickly try and use a bit of that tyre life and the battery. Can we break the DRS to Max and just get Max and Leclerc fighting? And then safely bring Antonelli home as Verstappen, another mechanical fault is flashing up. That car is just struggling, isn't it? He is struggling in that Red Bull today. Let's have a look.
To protect the front.
Max Verstappen. He's now got an issue on every component of that car. Although the gearbox seems to resolve itself, but he has had an issue on the engine, gearbox and ERS. So Max is absolutely struggling here. I'd imagine Leclerc's going to get straight past him. That Red Bull. Colapinto might even have a chance at him. There's 15 laps to go. Antonelli sets the fastest lap of the race. We'll calm him down a bit, to be fair. There goes Leclerc. But he's lost 3 seconds on that lap alone to Antonelli. So that's worked very nicely for Kimi Antonelli. Antonelli podium. Yes, we're hoping so. Jesus Lelo Mozzelevelia. I've butchered that one, but appreciate the follows. Leclerc and Max still fighting. But yeah, Leclerc's lost 3.2 seconds. So Antonelli can just conserve a bit again. And with Leclerc,
suggest a small,
yeah, still 8% tyre life. We're looking good. Looking good to finish the year with a podium. And Colapinto closed 14 seconds to Verstappen here. That might be on, you know. If Verstappen drops out of the DRS to Leclerc, that Red Bull is going to be pretty slow, I think. It's got engine, gearbox, ERS issues. But yeah, Max is staying in the DRS, so that is helping him. But the fight to Antonelli looks to be over there. They're 5 seconds behind now. Antonelli's got a bit of traffic. He's just got past the 2 Haasers who are dead last. Now Bortoletto getting out of the way. Yes, thank you very much. Chris Dressler, thanks for the follow. Piastri coming for Lando. Yes, so Lando's on the 1 stopper, I believe. He is indeed. And Piastri stopped. He's on the sauce, so that's currently at 8.2 seconds. So we'll keep an eye on that. But yeah, Antonelli should be safe. So, yeah, Piastri is dramatically closing on his teammate here. We'll just forward on chat because we're not really fighting anyone at the moment. And unfortunately, Leclerc and Verstappen are staying with each other, so I don't think Colapinto is going to be able to reach them, is he? Which is the same. How many laps? We're lap 59 out of 71. Max's mechanical issue flashes up again. Piastri have been 3.5 seconds now. Let's have another look at Verstappen's car, shall we? Oh, his gearbox issue's back. So Max currently has an engine issue at 28%, has a gearbox issue, and has an ERS issue. But somehow he's fending off Charles Leclerc still. But they're 6 seconds behind Antonelli, so Antonelli is now comfortably on the podium. But Oscar Piastri is closing down his teammate Lando Norris. You got to think if he gets there, it's going to be job done for Oscar. Lando Alonso getting out of his way. Right, Max is now out of the DRS to Leclerc, so let's see if Colapinto can close at all and actually see what Max's pace is. What's ERS stand for? Energy Recovery System. So it's deployment, energy deployment that the drivers can use. Gives them a bit of extra straight line speed. Well, not necessarily straight line speed, just speed, power in the car. So they don't need to use it in a straight line like the DRS. But as we jump on board then, Piastri has closed to Lando Norris. But he can't get the move done. Lando fighting him hard. But yeah, Piastri on soft tyres and a tyre advantage. Should be able to get this done. We've got F1 Manager 23. Should I get 24? In my opinion, F1 Manager 24 is the best version of the game. So yeah, if you like F1 Manager 23, I would certainly say get F1 Manager 24. Yeah, Colapinto still 12 seconds behind Max. So it doesn't look like anything's going to happen there. But is Piastri now going to take the lead of this race? He's lost out on the Drivers' Championship this year. But if he wins this race, the margin would be pretty tight. But it's been either of the McLarens all year round, as it is in real life. We're in 2026, they're in 2025, but Piastri takes the lead. But yes, this 2026 season in our F1 Manager series is kind of mirroring the McLarens in 2025, as in they've dominated the Constructors, and it was only ever going to be one of those two drivers becoming the Drivers' Champion. In our universe, it's Lando Norris, but who will be the world champion in real life in 2025? It's going to be very tight between those McLaren boys all year round. But Piastri now leads. Lando will try and stay in his DRS. Colapinto still 12 seconds off Verstappen. Antonelli safe from Charles Leclerc in P3. Francis, thanks for the follow. Super appreciated. But yeah, talking about Lando and Piastri, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the live chat, should I say. Who do you think is going to be the World Drivers' Champion this year in real life in 2025? Is it going to be Lando Norris or Oscar Piastri, or go for someone else? But you're brave if you're betting against either Oscar or Lando, I'd say. Who is P6? It's Franco Colapinto in P6 here. Lucan goes Piastri. Rail goes Norris. Norris, Lando. Lando's taking the edge at the moment. How much is left of the race? There's 8 laps to go of this race. Leclerc. Seems like Lando is taking the advantage in terms of who we think is going to be world champion in real life. In the chat. Jessica, thanks for the follow. Yeah, Colapinto not really closing on Max. Let's have a look at Max's car. Is he? Yeah, so Max, engine, gearbox, and ERS issue, but doesn't look like he's going to retire. Looks like Max will get that car home. Okay, Cashman, thanks for the follow. Leone, thanks for the follow. Is this real? No, this is F1 Manager 24. Lando. So most of the live chat, I think, is favouring Lando to win the Drivers' Championship in 2025. As I say, I think it's obviously only going to be Lando or Oscar unless we see something miraculous from Verstappen in the second half of the season. So, seems to be a 2-horse race between Lando and Piastri. I'm edging towards Piastri personally, but I think it's tight either way. Ava, thanks for the follow. Luca, thanks for the follow. So these oh, Verstappen! Is he going to retire? Verstappen! No, he's not. He's not. That must be his ERS is completely gone, though. His ERS has completely failed, though. 10 seconds behind. Come on, Franco. Verstappen's got a complete ERS failure here. McLaren will find a way to let Lando win. I didn't really see that in Hungary, to be fair. I think Lando just made that strategy work, to be honest with you. Racy, thanks for the follow. Racy. Piastri's got a mechanical fault now. It's not real, no, it's F1 manager. Yeah, we're just not catching Verstappen at the rate that we'd need to. Even with that issue, Verstappen still doing big things in that Red Bull. Antonelli's got 7 seconds now on Leclerc, so he's safe just to bring that home. Let's just forward on, see if Colapinto does close that gap at all. It's coming down, but not quick enough. Have we got any tyre life to play? We've got a little bit. Verstappen's car is just... What is going on with Verstappen's car here today? This is comical. Got a yellow flag now. Yeah, his ERS is completely gone. His engine's complete... Well, not completely, but his engine's pretty much had it as well.
There's a yellow flag now.
And now we've got a crash. It's all kicking off. Teo Porcher at the back with his teammate. Oh, and Teo. And he loses as well. And yeah, not great between the two Alpines. Teo and Gasly come together then. We're 7 seconds behind Verstappen. We've got 4 laps to go after this one. Can we close to him? But the problem is, he's got all the back markers behind him, so they'd have to get out of the way for us. Byron, thanks for the follow. And if you're dropping in, you haven't already, do like the stream. Super appreciated. Really helps me out. Of course, if you like what you see, do follow or subscribe as Teo Porcher gets a 5-second penalty.
5 laps to go.
Copy.
Oh, Verstappen's now getting DRS off the back marker off Ocon. We're within 2 seconds of him, though. We're past Verstappen. Verstappen's out. He's retired. He did come into the pits. Verstappen is out. Colapinto's promoted to P5. There we go. Verstappen's engine did give way in the end. So after all that, we don't even need to catch Max Verstappen. He has to retire. That Red Bull was absolutely a bag of bits in the end. And he didn't manage to get to the end. Just 3 laps to go and the Red Bull couldn't make it. So Colapinto is going to come home P5. That's his best finish for a few races as well. So that is very nice stuff as well. Signal Trap, thanks for the follow. Perez and Rick, what a throwback, man. I missed them. Yeah, Mercedes. Gone for the ultimate partnership of Sergio Perez and Danny Rick. MD, thanks for the follow. Alex Plummer, thanks for the follow. Sorry, go on, Norris. Yeah, we can watch the McLarens towards the end here. Norris did well, actually. And Piastri's not been able to make those soft tyres work. Placing Constructors is second currently. And this is the last race of the season. So we're currently in second. We'll finish second. And Kimi Antonelli is going to finish in P3. Franco Colapinto is going to finish P6. So a pretty solid season. Second season for us. We jump on board with Oscar Piastri. We are Maserati. We're not the McLaren team. But these two McLarens are fighting to the end. So let's have a little look at them. Piastri to the outside then. But if he gives the DRS to Lando here, which he is going to do, he's going to be under pressure again. Soren, who was world champion the first season, it was George Russell in the Mercedes, but they decided not to retain him. So there's Lando back on the inside, and that's what Piastri should have waited for that DRS. So he's got one more lap now. He's still got this lap, but it's hard to find an overtake now to make that move, Piastri, for the win. But yeah, George Russell was the world champion in 2025, but Mercedes did not retain him, and they've gone for the partnership with Perez and Ricciardo. They also let Antonelli go. That's why we signed him on a free, essentially. So yeah, George Russell, 2025 world champion. Lando Norris, currently 2026 world champion. Musa, Buttercups, T, Rovan or Rivan, Kasia, thanks for the follows. Miguel, thanks for the follow. Hope you're doing well. So Russell won last season. No way, he's my favourite driver. Indeed, he did indeed. Piastri's dropped out of the DRS. Lando Norris has done the job. As he did in Hungary in real life, looks like Lando is going to do the job here in Sao Paulo. Just checking our fuel's all good with both drivers. It is. Russell made the Rosberg move, job done. Yeah, but just in this scenario, Russell may have well wanted to stay on the grid, but Mercedes didn't allow him. So yeah. Piastri gets close, but not close enough. So we're seeing this race to a close.
One more lap.
Can Oscar find a chance anywhere? I can't see it happening. I think Lando Norris will win this final race in our Maserati F1 Manager Series. Final race of the season. The series isn't ending today, don't worry. We've got a third season coming. But it looks like Lando Norris, who has won this year's championship, is going to finish the final race as the race winner. Because Piastri, unless he gets a hell of a tow out of this final corner, is not going to find an overtaking place here. It's going to be Lando. It's definitely going to be Lando. Piastri pushed him all the way, but as it is in real life, the McLaren's dominating in 2025. They dominate here in Maserati season 2026. Norris wins it. Piastri second. And for our driver, Antonelli, in the Maserati, we have to wait another 27 seconds to see him across the line. Melissa, Annie, Brenda, Lillian, thanks for the follows. Much appreciated. KW, thanks for the follow. Sandra, thanks for the follow. Here we go then, Antonelli. He's been solid all year. Final race of the season, and Antonelli is going to finish it on the podium. Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari got a bit of an issue, but he's going to bring the car safely home. Had a bit of a fight with Max. Max has struggled, sent him backwards, and then he finally retired. That's allowed Leclerc P4, and it's certainly allowed Colapinto P5. Colapinto looked good for P6, but the Max retirement has handed him P5, and that's a really good end to the year. Colapinto struggled as Piastri. Piastri's parked it at the end there. What issue did Piastri have? Piastri. I wonder if Piastri's engine went just then on the final lap. That's a shame. We would have finished start P2, but Piastri ends it then. Parked at the side of the racetrack. But it's a good finish to the year for us. Antonelli P3, Colapinto P5.
And among the drivers heading back to their teams.
Sandra, thanks for the follow. Daniela, thanks for the follow. May, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Podium and third in the season. Yes. Very good job from Kimi Antonelli. He didn't race for us in the first two races. So the first year we had Franco Colapinto and Zane Maloney. Zane Maloney wasn't quite doing the business, so after a couple of races, when we realised Kimi Antonelli didn't have a seat for 2026, we switched over. So Kimi Antonelli didn't actually race for two of the races. It's only a 19-race season, so that's really solid work from Kimi. We'll look at the Drivers' Championship shortly. But Lando Norris, he's the world champion 2026. This is the final race of the season. He already wrapped that up in the previous race, but he wins this race. Oscar Piastri straight there, right behind him. Then Kimi Antonelli up 3 places to finish third. Leclerc fourth. Colapinto, like his teammate, up 3 places. So really good final drive for both of our drivers. Perez, look at the Mercedes coming alive today. Perez up 11 places to P6. Ricciardo up 5 to P7. Stroll, the mighty goat, Lance Stroll, is up 8 places to finish P8. K-Mag 9th and Liam Lawson 10th. So I think Alonso, Hamilton, all of those with issues. Yeah, finished quite far down in the end. Hamilton 17th, Alonso 14th, Max Verstappen retires. Let's have a look then at the final Drivers' Championship. And Lando Norris is your 2026 World Champion by 35 points to his teammate Oscar Piastri. And then Kimi Antonelli finishes in P3 then. And a good, 42 points ahead of Leclerc. So really solid season for Kimi Antonelli. Charles in 4th, Max Verstappen in 5th. There was a battle between these two, and that would have been very tight if Verstappen didn't retire. But Verstappen has to take P5 this year. Franco Colapinto, P6, got close to Max there, actually. If he would have finished... yeah, he would have had to finish 3rd, actually, wouldn't he? Yeah, so got close, but not close enough. But P6 in the Drivers' Championship, very nice for Franco. Well clear of Hamilton in 7th. Alonso finishes 8th. Perez 9th for his return to the grid with Mercedes. Carlos Sainz 10th. And then the rest of the point scorers, Lawson 11th. Ricciardo 12th. Stroll 13th. Albon 14th. K-Mag jumps up to 15th, beating his teammate on the last race of the season. Mick Schumacher 16th. Portoletto 17th. Pierre Gasly 18th, and as I say, Zane Maloney started the season for us, started in the first 2 races, still finishes 19th because of those results. He scored no points, as does Pourchaire, Ocon, Hulkenberg and Behrman, all scoring no points in 2026. Secretary and Javier, thanks for the follows, much appreciated. Alonso, best rookie, yes indeed. Alonso takes rookie of the year, that's for sure. As I say, in real life, McLaren dominating, and they do in 2026. Look at this, they were Constructors Champion. Basically, from race 1, we knew they were going to win the Constructors, and they do here in 2026. But Maserati, we were hoping P4, maybe to sneak into P3, but as the season evolved, P2 became realistic, and we have finished P2, so we're hoping to challenge for the Drivers' and Constructors' Championship next year in year 3 with Maserati. Ferrari finished P3 comfortably, Red Bull 4th, Aston Martin 5th, Mercedes were gaining on them at the end, so it looks like Mercedes were starting to move in the right direction in the end, but Mercedes finished P6, which is pretty bad. Williams 7th, RB claim 8th, and then no points in this final race of the season where we said there might be a bit of movement here, but there wasn't. So Kix Alba finished 9th, Alpine 10th, and poor sorry Haas do not score any points in 2026. Mercedes of no Russell, no Big 4. Can you show drivers again? Yes, I can show the Drivers' Championship again. There you go, in all its glory. So Lando Norris, we had 19 races this year. Lando won 11 of them. 14 podiums, so he wasn't on the podium for just 5 races, and yeah, 5 wins. That's what's done it. The podium's very close, 13 to Oscar, 14 for Lando, but Lando took 11 wins over 5 for Oscar, so that's what's done it. Lando pipping him to the post with those race wins. Oh my god, look at this dominance. We finished the pit stop competition strong. This is the best we've done in terms of that, and yeah, we top. I've never done this before, so we got 1 and 2 in the pit stop competition. Where has that finished us? Oh, that's the way to finish the season. We go from P4 to P2 in the pit stop competition. That is our best ever result there. Not that it really matters, but hey ho, the pit crew taking some plaudits as well. So Maserati finished 2nd. Red Bull have a difficult season, but they do win the pit stop competition. And there we go. We're going to get our race targets done as well. And that is going to wrap this one up. And we'll get a bit of information. There we go. So this is just going to be a bit of a quick review of 2026. But what I will be doing, so if you like what you've seen today, as I say, do head over to YouTube. So if you're on TikTok or Twitch, head to my profile in the bio, click the YouTube link, subscribe over there. You'll see all of these episodes in the Maserati series. But the next episode we'll do, or once we have done this Brazilian episode, the final episode we'll do for 2026 is we do a season review. So we'll go through in the database editor, we'll look at the Drivers' Championship, Constructors' Championship, where it's won and lost, but we'll also do some teammate head-to-heads to see how they stacked up with each other as well. So do head over to YouTube, subscribe over there, and of course if you've watched on YouTube and you're not already, do subscribe and check out the Maserati playlist. But we finished 2nd then in the pit stop competition, get a nice injection of cash. Andy Stevenson's a bit upset for some reason, but the board confidence is very high, so we'd like to see that. And our race engineer, Benizzi's gone up 1. So we'll finish the 2026 season. And as I say, I'll then do a season review. But that is going to bring this one to a close. So a very, very nice race for us. Kimi Antonelli finishes on the podium. He's been very good all year. especially with the podium. So it's going to be interesting to look at how many podiums and how he stacked up with Franco. Franco, though, pretty consistent all year. Had a bit of a wobble towards the back end, so I'm really happy that he came away with P5 today. But as I say, the next episode that we do will be a season review of 2026. We'll have a look at how our drivers stacked up with each other, as well as the other teammate battles up and down the grid. But as I say, we're not going to be changing our drivers. It is going to be Franco Colapinto and Kimi Antonelli for 2027. And hopefully we'll be able to challenge for both the Drivers and Constructors Championship in 2027. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and check out the Maserati playlist, and we'll be back for the next one as we review the season and kick off 2027. So Antonelli, new #1 driver. He looks like he's claiming that, doesn't he, Antonelli? Doing good stuff at the moment for us. So, yeah. But as always, thanks to everyone who's jumped into the stream. Super appreciated across all 3 platforms, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. Thanks for the support. As I say, if you have watched on TikTok and Twitch, you want to see more F1 Manager content, do head to the profile in my bio. Check out the YouTube channel. Subscribe over there. But thanks for all the comments, likes, support. Super appreciated. Only thing for me to say is have a very good weekend, and we will be back here again on Tuesday to start the 2020.